Brayden, stop that! Put that down, Brayden!
We're all Kroger kids at heart.
So much animal flesh that I don't even have to finish all of it right now.
No one's gonna eat you.
Anyway, so I'm banned from the Nashville Zoo from now on.
Sushi Jackknife. 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 Sushi Jackknife.
One and a motherfucking two. One and a motherfucking... My throat hurts.
Why? What'd you do?
I was telling you I've been a little sick. Oh, God. It's not the vid, everybody.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah.
That's what Aaron Rodgers probably says.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard the whole Aaron Rodgers fiasco?
No, what's going on with that? Who is Aaron Rodgers?
Okay, we'll start there.
Let's start with the basics.
Aaron Rodgers, when he was a wee young lad, began playing football.
Yes.
This led him to Division I scholarship, and then eventually to being drafted by the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
As the replacement to Brett Favre.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Flash forward about 15 years to this year, when my Kansas City Chiefs are supposed to play Aaron Rodgers and his Packers, and he tests positive for COVID.
Oh, shit.
So it turns out he had been... I'm trying to decide how generous I should be here.
Okay.
He had been vague.
Okay. About his
vaccination status.
No. Come on, really?
He had, in an interview, he had said previously, when they said, "Hey, are you vaccinated?" He said, "I'm immunized."
What? Meaning all his other shots?
Meaning he went to a homeopathic doctor.
Oh, come on.
Who gave him some sort of homeopathic nose spray.
For COVID? What?
Yeah.
What bullshit is that?
So now he's getting his medical advice from Joe Rogan. I saw that earlier today, yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a great move.
No.
Yeah. When did he... Yeah, right.
Anyway, so he didn't get to play today. It's Sunday.
Yes, we're recording this on a Sunday.
He didn't get to play today
November
because
7th.
He tested positive for COVID. And
fuck.
Now they may be in trouble because he didn't follow any of the rules for what you're supposed to do if you're not vaccinated.
Right.
Because he was immunized.
So he was around everybody and
maskless in all their indoor group gatherings and
come on. And you're breathing more than normal because you're exercising. Like you're just huffing out.
It's all very bad.
Oh, dude. So let me ask you this.
Do I think you can be immunized by a homeopathic doctor? I do not.
No, I don't. No. I don't either.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even sure what a homeopathic doctor is. 100%.
I'm assuming that the homeopathic doctor just went, "Hey, shove this tea tree oil up your nose."
That'll do it.
That's gonna do it. Don't worry.
I read about this witch this week, in the sense that she's like a Wiccan or whatever.
Right.
Lives out in the middle of fuck nowhere, Scotland, on her own croft, as it is. Little farm. And her name is Tonks, by the way. Tonks. Tonks the witch. Tonks. She's like our age, by the way.
I like this. I want to know Tonks. She sounds fun.
She does, but I wouldn't go to her to get immunized.
No, not at all.
What do you think about people? Someone brought this up anecdotally with me. What do you think about people who are vaccinated?
Yes.
Who do get COVID and then get sick or pass away? Apparently it happens.
What do I think about them?
Yeah, do you think, that's happening, yes? Some?
Yeah, it's
not much.
Well, you can't, no vaccination
is 100% effective.
Is 100% effective.
Right.
There's never been a vaccination that's 100% effective.
That's right, yeah.
At least off the bat.
Right.
Eventually, with that, you can, on some of these, reach herd immunity and essentially wipe it out, and it's gone until a bunch of anti-vax people in California with their kids named Braden stop vaccinating them against normal things that everyone's vaccinated against for, several decades.
I think you're giving them way too much credit with a name like Braden.
Braden.
I think that's a more normal name than
That's
probably
true.
what's
It
actually
it sounds like a perfect name for
some asshole.
blonde mom in yoga pants.
Yeah.
To go, Braden! Braden, stop that! Put that down, Braden! Throwing everything at Whole Foods, dropping
Oh God.
$30 bottles of $30 bottles of organic grape juice.
Fucking Braden.
Braden.
Everything in there's in glass, come to think of it. So that's no
No, you
bueno.
don't take Braden into Whole Foods.
No, Braden's a terror.
Braden is a Kroger kid.
Definitely. We're all Kroger kids at heart.
That's true.
I'm becoming a Publix kid where shopping is a goddamn pleasure.
But no, yes, it's possible that
yeah.
like, we're both vaccinated.
Yeah.
We can still get the disease.
Right.
It's significantly less likely.
Right.
It's also significantly less likely that if you get it, it's going to be severe.
Yes.
But still possible.
I'm wondering if the people that this happens to are in poor health anyway.
Well, I know one. So my cousin's wife's dad, which means no relation to me whatsoever,
Right. Okay.
was vaccinated.
Yes.
And he passed.
Okay.
He got and died.
Yeah.
But I mean, there were a lot of underlying health. I think there was diabetes. I can't remember.
Let's see. That's not great.
But there were other underlying health things
Sure.
that decrease. It's all percentage games.
Yeah. You're right. That's what it comes down to.
I mean, if you're more healthy, you're less likely.
Yeah.
So if you're less healthy, you're going to want to get the vaccination,
Right.
Because without it, you're very likely to get it compared to not as likely.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't think that argument holds water.
So
As
the
a
argument
reason-
is don't get vaccinated because people are still getting it?
Yeah.
Well, that's just stupid.
That's not an argument, right?
Well, you can look at the stats and see vaccinated people are getting it at a significantly lower percentage
Right.
than unvaccinated people.
Right. Yeah.
And they're definitely getting hospitalized less often than unvaccinated people.
There you go. Right. And the hospitals are, still playing catch up in a lot of ways. So it's not a good time to go to the hospital for anything.
No.
Yeah. You got to go if you got to go. if you're bleeding.
No, if you're listening to this podcast and debating, hey, this wound looks pretty bad, should I head to the hospital?
You should.
Just hold off until this COVID thing has wrapped up.
You'll be fine. No, what were we talking about earlier? Country vet, city vet.
Yeah.
You need to go out to the country vet. They'll fix you up.
That's where you get that ivermectin.
Yeah, that's right. Not only will they stitch you up and coat you in betadine or whatever that stuff is, they'll give you is that the horse thing?
Yeah.
Ivermectin?
Yeah, the horse dewormer.
Yeah, that's the one.
Joe Rogan recommended it for Aaron Rodgers. So you know it's good.
I'm so glad that
The Brain Trust has it figured out, everybody. The man who gets hit for a living and the
in the head.
yeah,
In the head.
and the comedian who found an actual living as a podcaster / MMA commentator
Who also got hit in the head a lot.
Yeah.
As an MMA fighter
and definitely takes a lot of steroids.
martial artist.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
The two of them sat down.
Came up with a plan.
They hashed this all out. They figured out what everyone needs to do to be safe.
Right.
And
There you go.
I don't even know why we see doctors anymore.
Right. It's so fun to listen to people speculate, though. Mm-hmm. When I listen, because I occasionally listen to Joe.
Yeah.
Less now because of the Spotify thing, as we previously discussed. But
Whereas I can listen to him nonstop with my Spotify.
But you choose not to.
Yeah.
There is something to say for not listening to the most popular podcast. There's something to say for that.
I still don't understand how it's the most popular podcast.
I mean, it's not number one anymore.
Well, because it's exclusive.
It's up there.
I guarantee you, if I look right now, it's number one on Spotify.
You think so?
Yeah.
Probably is, yeah.
Anyway.
But the thing, is, oh boy, I completely lost my train of thought. Is it up there?
Let's see.
I got it.
Do we want top podcast USA?
Yeah, that's what we want. Number one podcast.
Joe Rogan's number one.
Fucking A.
Number two is The Problem with Jon Stewart, which is a podcast?
Yeah, he has a show now. A podcast show.
Oh, I thought...
Show podcast.
Then 3 is Crime Show.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
This one, I don't know what it is, but they spared no expense on the name. Right there, they really went for it.
Is it the thing? Okay, is it speculation that's so fun to people? Because when I've listened to Joe, the times now, my bullshit meter, is more sensitive than it used to be. How's that? At a younger age,
you were susceptible.
I was more susceptible to bullshit.
In your younger age, you would have been full on into QAnon and storming the Capitol.
No, but in my youth, not even my youth, my when I was like still living in a small town,
right,
and didn't know any better, I didn't think George W. Bush was such a bad president. You know, and now, well, I still don't think he was the worst president, but
we can have that conversation for a long time because I'm at this point a George W. Bush apologist, not in the sense that I think he was a good president, but I think he was unfairly treated.
Yes.
In the same way that I think every president is unfairly treated, aside from Donald Trump.
Who was not treated.
I guess he was unfairly treated in the wrong way.
Yeah, he needed more treatment.
Yeah. Anyway.
I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Not that I don't think Bush was a good president.
No.
I'm not going to say that ever.
No. But he wasn't the worst president.
No.
You know.
And that's even before Donald Trump
and that's even
was
before
president.
Trump.
He wasn't the worst president.
No. I'm sure... Yeah, there were a lot of like murderers and assholes.
Yeah,
you know,
being stupid is
not as big of a sin.
Is a lot better than being purposefully evil.
Yes, I would agree with that. Like, and not even like just outright oblivious. Really, you know. Yeah,
it's ignorance is not the same thing as malfeasance.
Yeah, malfeasance. There you go. That's good. No, but I think it's so, going back to Joe Rogan's show, it's so fun to speculate sometimes about what could be, right?
Yeah.
And he always has a source. He's like, what about this? Well, have you read about this? Have you read about this? And saying you've read about something has a lot more credence than I saw this video, but he says that too, of course.
Right.
You know, but like...
And when he says he read about it, he probably means he read it in the comments of the video.
He just watched the video. Yeah. But I think people are... excited by the idea of something more. This is a deeper issue, I guess. Than as I'm talking it out, I'm realizing there's more layers. The world as is, looked at from the point of view of science, is actually pretty amazing if you stop and think about it, right? And I'm not even talking about any kind of speculation about what the universe is doing, right, or alternate realities or any of that, right? All of which are on the table theoretically, right? That should be enough to blow your mind. But I'm just talking about like the day-to-day stuff. It's actually pretty crazy, but it doesn't feel that way because we're used to it, right?
Right.
So when someone comes on and they're like, "No, wait a minute. Did you know there was a complete other society, like way before the pyramids?" This is one of the Joe Rogans I listen to. There's these like alternative archaeologist type dudes. Yeah, that was the biggest eye roll.
By the way, you should not have alternative scientists.
No.
There's
one science. Just one.
We're offering another another option, what if all of the dinosaur bones together made one giant dinosaur?
Fucking Voltron Dinosaur. That's the greatest thing I've ever heard. I like that.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
That is absolutely this week's title, Voltron Dinosaur, because that makes me happy inside.
See, that's the alternative science I could get behind.
Yeah.
Because I know it's not true,
Sure.
but I like it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Well, yeah, so these cats, and this has been like 2 years since I listened to this, but these cats were talking about, I don't know, some other ancient civilizations that aren't well known.
Of course.
Other than like, you know, the Egyptians or what were they? The, not Byzantines? Is that one? That's one of them, right?
There was the Byzantine
There was a
Empire.
Byzantine Empire, yeah. Who are the ones with the cuneiform? Those cats, the Mesopotamia deal. That might be the same people. I don't know. I'm not a fucking archaeologist, okay?
No.
I'm not even an alternative archaeologist.
I'm alternative archaeologist.
Yeah. It comes back around.
Yeah.
But they were talking about this crazy stuff, and I mean, he was wet over it for sure. Like, he was so...
Oh, I'm sure.
You know.
See, this is where I'm different than... This is why I don't listen to Joe Rogan, and why I'm different than the typical Joe Rogan listener. And I was listening to a podcast that talked about this exact thing.
Okay. Yeah.
In relation to the JFK thing.
Oh,
earlier this week.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not going to say I know what happened to JFK.
Right.
But I do know that the most interesting part about JFK is that people think other things happened to JFK.
Right.
So it's like a backseat view to everything where I just want to watch everyone else say insane things and go, that doesn't make any sense. All right, what's your idea? Nope, I don't think so. Let's go.
This would be a good TV show. What's that guy that Adams ruins everything? It's like Nathan. What would it be?
Well,
I don't know, but like...
It sounds like it would just be like Shark Tank.
Yeah.
With conspiracy nuts coming up with their conspiracies.
Conspiracy Tank, something like that, starring Nathan.
For that reason, I am out. I don't think so.
So you have a panel. You're the judge, right?
Well, I mean, it would have to be a whole panel if it's
okay.
like
So there's
Shark Tank.
4 judges, right?
Yeah.
You're one of them. I'll be one of them because I'll be the softball one.
Right.
I'll be the. Well, you know,
you're the
I'm
one.
Paul Abdul.
You're the one who's up there. Going, you know, what I think you've done here is really interesting. This is a really interesting take on alien landings. However, I already have a UFO conspiracy in my portfolio.
Right.
So for that reason, I'm out.
But so, and then you have these, for lack of a better term, wackos come up and present their theories.
And they are wackos.
Yeah.
Anyone who,
for the most part.
Okay, anyone who has taken the time to devise a full conspiracy theory is kind of a wacko.
For sure. Absolutely.
And not even in a rude way. It's just like your brain isn't working like other people's brains.
Right. You're making connections that are not there.
Right.
I mean, all of our brains are pretty powerful. But like, and we're great at seeing patterns. I think that's the problem. Is it's really easy to impose a pattern from your head onto events.
Right. Well, okay, so let's go back to W here. And 9/11.
Oh yeah. Inside job.
Right.
Inside
so that's
job.
the main theory.
Yeah.
And in retrospect, you can look at 1,000 different things that you can loosely connect to each other.
Yeah, of course, right.
And go, well, that was definitely George W. Bush. But in reality, we all, as I said before, no, George W. Bush had no clue what was going on at all at any given moment for 8 years.
Right.
I do not think he was organized enough to pull that conspiracy theory together.
No, I don't think so either. Also, like, you feel like his hobby would be something else now, if that was it.
Yeah, that's true.
Other than painting. You know, it's a beautiful hobby. Good for him. You know who else painted?
Who?
Churchill painted. And Hitler.
And Hitler. Yeah.
A lot of people painted back then.
It was kind of the main thing.
Yeah, more so than now.
Hitler painted poorly.
Yeah. Churchill didn't paint great, but he painted.
I mean, it was good enough they didn't try it,
Off a whole world.
Yeah, take over an entire continent.
It's true.
So good job. Good on him.
God. Yeah, no wonder he was...
I've been very opposed to the whole participation trophy thing. I'm trying to think if participation trophies would make this type of stuff better or worse.
You mean as something we do?
Yeah, like everyone gets a trophy.
Yeah.
If Hitler had been given a painting trophy,
would it have?
Yeah.
I mean,
let's flip it. Let's not bring Hitler into this one. Let's talk about Fidel Castro not making the national baseball team, and that's when he went into politics and became the leader of Cuba.
Is that what happened? I didn't know that.
He was a catcher, I believe.
It wasn't good enough.
Yeah. Don't quote me on it, but I think he was a catcher.
Okay.
But it didn't make the baseball team.
Yeah.
And that's when he went into politics. And we saw what happened in Cuba. He took over.
Yeah.
If he had been given a participation trophy in baseball,
I don't know, man.
Would that have helped?
I don't think that's enough. For these types, for the people capable of doing what they've done, you're gonna give Kim Jong-il a fucking ribbon.
To be fair, Kim Jong-il probably had all the ribbons printed for himself already.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, well, let's go back. Let's go to...
He has all the dunk champion trophies that he had them make for him.
Wait. Kim Jong-un is current?
I can't remember.
Kim Jong-il is his dad?
I think
is that right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Both of them. Have you ever heard all the things that...
Some of the things. I've heard some of the things.
It was... his dad specifically, it was all this stuff about like essentially saying he's a god.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Like he's immortal. You wouldn't believe what he did. He dunked over Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, you wouldn't it's always insane stuff like that.
And he's while he's like 5'2" or something.
One of them was he went golfing and I think he hit 4 or 5 hole-in-ones.
I feel that's the one country. I mean, I feel bad for a lot of countries. But I feel really bad for the people of North Korea.
It's
like...
It makes sense. You should. Yeah. It's really rough for the people in North Korea because the people in North Korea, on top of how bad everything is...
Yeah, right.
Also have to pretend they believe that stuff.
Right.
Because they know that didn't happen. Of course everyone knows.
I mean, it's a complete... I mean, there are probably some who have bought into it.
I'm sure there are,
but
there's going to be Joe Rogan type listeners.
Sure, you got a diversity of people everywhere you go. Yeah. There's types. There's all kinds of people everywhere.
But you know that there are people in North Korea that every time, like, I don't know. Let's say the new one is Kim Jong Un.
Yeah, I think it's Un. Yeah.
Is now the heavyweight champion of the world because he knocked out whoever the current heavyweight champion of the world is. You know that there's people in North Korea going, but did you hear this? You heard that, right?
Those poor bastards, though.
I don't think so.
They've got those poor people, man. Like, I watched a documentary a while back, and it's actually a really beautiful country. In many ways, naturally and stuff. But some of the shit is just... It was Michael Palin. Michael Palin went.
Oh.
Of, Monty Python.
Yeah.
Went. He did travel shows for a long time. He went to North Korea.
I'm surprised that they let anyone in.
Yeah, well, he was very, very closely...
I would imagine
guarded, but he was led everywhere they took him. Yeah. But even in that, they couldn't cover it up. Because there's an airport he went to. There's like a completely beautiful new looking airport. No staff around until they show up.
Right.
When they show up, all of a sudden they open up the shops. It's a show. It's just a show. Yeah.
Now, do they make people come and pretend that they're other passengers from planes?
I don't know. I didn't see that, but maybe.
Or did he have to walk through a weird ghost town of an operating airport?
That's pretty much what it was.
Ugh.
Yeah. It was like people were stationed at their posts, but it was all for show. Like, they were probably the only flight. It's crazy, man. And I know we're not perfect by any fucking stretch.
No country has ever been perfect.
No countries ever have or ever will be.
No.
However, we got a few things going our way in the sense that there's nobody telling me. I mean, there's people telling me, but I don't have to listen.
Right.
You know?
That's the big difference. A lot of people tell you
Yeah.
certain things, and you just go, meh.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. No. I can think whatever I want to think. Mm-hmm. No one's capping that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And that's why we have Joe Rogan.
Hey, look, what a nice bow that just tied itself into.
So, pluses and minuses. Anyway,
what the hell are we talking about? Oh, welcome to Sushi Jackknife.
Hey,
I wanted to talk to you about, what do you think about when I said loose ass book club?
Yeah, what's this book club?
Well, I want to read about loose asses.
Yeah. No,
mainly.
so Justin just yesterday
texted you.
Hold on, I don't want to misquote.
You want to quote it? Okay.
I want to make sure it's all accurate. So
yeah.
Because I'd feel bad if I misrepresented anything you said.
I would.
Yesterday at 5:44 p.m.
Oh, very good. I waited long. I thought of it sooner.
What time did you think of it?
Here's the problem with me. Mm-hmm. I often think of ideas in the morning, very early morning.
Okay.
But I don't text people until later out of an attempt.
Do you have a running list of things you need to text to people?
Well, almost. I mean, sometimes I have to write it down so I don't forget. Sometimes I type it in the little text box, but I don't send it for like 2 more hours.
See, that's a dangerous game, though. If you start doing that.
I know.
Because eventually you're going to accidentally text it.
Yeah.
My wife likes to, when she has to take a note of things, just pull up, because for some reason she thinks this is easier than just the notepad on her phone.
Yeah.
Pull up a text message and type it into the text message field.
Okay.
Just, to remind her that she needs to do a thing.
Sure.
But then occasionally that means I'll get like a text that says, 1 bunch of grapes.
And that's it.
Why? What? There's no context to this. Anyway. Yesterday at 5:44 p.m.
Yeah.
Roughly 12 hours after being thought of.
Yeah, probably.
Idea proposal. Sushi Jackknife Loose Ass Book Club.
To which you said.
Is a book club focusing on literature about loose asses.
To which I said.
Correct. I like a loose ass.
To which you said.
I said it sounds kinky, but I do like to read. So.
To which I said.
Haha, cool.
That's how our conversations go.
So. What do
I want to do?
What?
Well, the reason I said loose ass, and I knew, and I put that in there on purpose, of course, right? To get a reaction from you.
Yeah.
Because I knew you would have one. Right? So, what I'm proposing.
Yes.
And the reason it's loose ass is because I don't want it.
You don't want it to be tight ass.
Right. I don't want it to become a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But, I feel like if we
So you want it to be a thing, but not a thing.
Right. Not too much of a thing. I feel like if we read a book, and we both read the book.
Okay.
That would be interesting.
Well, what book?
We can each choose.
Are we talking fiction, nonfiction? Dictionaries?
Not dictionaries. I'm going to go... I think it could be either, but I'm feeling more nonfiction. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like okay. We've talked about absurdism in the past.
Yes.
And some of that comes from our old pal Kamoo, right?
Okay.
Camus.
Yes.
I wouldn't think that spells Camus, but it does.
It's a
French.
Yeah, it's a let me tell you, I read that name roughly 80,000 times before I actually ever heard it said.
Yeah. So it's Camus.
Yeah. And I heard it and went, oh. Stupid French people with their names.
It should be spelled Kamoo.
Kamoo.
So I read about, a third of the myth of Sisyphus, right? which is one of these foundational absurdist texts. And I'd like to finish it.
Okay.
But I have no motivation.
There you go.
But if we were going to talk about it.
So you need motivation.
Well, it's always good to have a little motivation. And I think it might spark some interesting discussions if we both read a thing.
Okay.
You know, and the reason it's loose is because we're not going to do it. We're going to do it when we want to.
Yeah.
And we're not going to do it if we don't want to.
Are we going to make other people read?
No, just us.
So it's more just like we read a book.
Yeah. I mean, we can make other people, but why do we need to involve anyone else?
Well, I mean, they can read the book too.
Sure, if they want to. Of course they can. This is not North Korea.
I like the idea that we would read a book and then discuss the book.
Yeah.
I like the idea of other people reading the book.
Yes.
And then knowing that they're saying they're listening to us talk about going, idiots. You're idiots. You don't know what you're talking about because we don't.
Right.
At any given moment.
So we need to encourage the listeners to read the book.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, here's what we could do. We could let it be known what we're going to read.
Yeah.
We'll read it. You read it. And, hello, train. You'll read it. We'll read it. And then at some point, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
You having already had time to read it, listener. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this.
Okay, all right, good. I like it.
So what have we decided here?
We're going to read a book.
Well, that's all. We've just decided that.
Yeah, and then we're going to talk about it. What book is that? What you're
are we
asking?
deciding the myth of Sisyphus?
Let's start with the myth of Sisyphus. The myth of Sisyphus.
I've got pulled up here on Wikipedia for everyone here.
Good.
Well, I was going to try to tell you how long it is, but
it's not very long
here.
It's a pretty slim volume.
It has a quick synopsis of all of the chapters and the appendix, which is very strange.
I'm going to bet if you dig not even that hard, if you just search for a PDF, it probably exists.
I can tell you that The Sickness Unto Death, the Kierkegaard,
yes.
Kierkegaard, which is related to this.
Yeah.
Because for those who don't know this idea, Søren Kierkegaard, had brought this up in his writings before Camus.
Kamoo.
And so, The Sickness Unto Death was written prior to this.
Look, I already learned something.
Yeah,
did not know that.
What I'm looking, 1849.
That's The Sickness Unto Death?
Yeah, and Myth of Sisyphus was 1942.
That sounds right.
So way
after.
Yeah.
So it's not going to all be philosophy books.
No,
because
we can't do that.
We're not those people.
Anyway, it says there are 4 chapters.
Yeah, it's not very long. But the chapters are long chapters, but the book itself is not super long.
Yeah. Anyway, all that, I forgot where I was going with The Sickness Unto Death.
Yeah.
That was definitely a free PDF online.
Oh, great.
You
can definitely find that.
1,000% guarantee you could find this as a free PDF.
So if you want to read along with us, feel free. And then when we come together, sorry, I'm holding back some sort of gastric thing.
It's 129 pages, and I found it on my second click.
Boom, you found it
for free.
Great, and I have a hard copy. So, I want to apologize, by the way, because I'm a mess. Mm-hmm. My nose and my throat are all gummed up with horribleness, and I apologize. I sound really bad.
What's going on with you?
And I itch. Well, I definitely have a cold. Mm-hmm. But also, now that we have a dog again.
Yes.
My allergies have reactivated. We went almost a year without a dog.
Is this a cold caused by the allergies to the dog?
It very well could be.
Because I know that that happens to me all the time.
It doesn't feel like one of those because it's more of a throat thing, but it might be
that always gets my throat though.
Does it really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Not that I'm saying you don't know your body. It's your body. Your choice,
We've had the dog like 2.5 weeks, something like that. Maybe 3 weeks. And yeah, I haven't had a fucking cold in months. But then again, it is like winter now.
Yeah, it's kind of the season that you're supposed to.
It's like fall, winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's why I sound like hell, because I feel not great. Not great. Lovely Nathan did bring some monkey shoulder.
Yeah, I brought a monkey shoulder.
Which is nursing me slowly back to health.
It's just the shoulder of a monkey.
Yep, in a bottle.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm banned from the Nashville Zoo from now on.
What are those fucking things they have up front? Those, you know what I'm talking about? They're not bonobos. They're not orangutans. They're some fucking monkey I've never... Griffin, maybe? Is it is that a thing? Griffin, not a griffin. Yeah, maybe a griffin. I don't know. So, gibbon. That's what I think it's a gibbon.
They have the gibbons up. I don't remember.
Are there gibbons?
I'm trying to remember what's up front. Usually, let me tell you, my visits to the zoo usually go like this. Why am I in this line for so long?
Right.
Okay, I've gotten through the line. Where are we going? What's happening? Where did the kid go? Go get the kid. All right, let's go to the kangaroo.
I don't... you know, my favorite part of the zoo is the goddamn like fish and reptile kingdom. It must have been built in 1991.
Yeah.
However, because this is like an indoor thing and there's tanks.
Yeah.
You know, and you feel bad for some of them because they don't have a lot of room. But then again, what are they doing? Like,
right.
That fucking snapping turtle, it's got the life.
Yeah.
It just eats and lays and that's it. But anyway, that might be my favorite part, just because it's almost nostalgic in there. It's weird.
I'll be honest. I still don't care about zoos.
Yeah, I don't love the zoo either, man. To be honest with you,
the zoo is a decent excuse to move.
to get some steps in.
Yeah.
You know what would make the zoo better? You know those little like huts they have that sell snow cones and stuff. If they had like ones that sold like shit you actually want, like steak. Like,
okay,
like they, like think about it. You're looking at a rhinoceros, and you get to eat a steak at the same time. Think about the juxtaposition going on. Here is a wild animal in captivity.
I do like this idea.
Versus, I'm eating this thing that we grew from a baby. We grew it from a baby to murder it.
It's just walking around going, "Hey, food chain."
Yeah.
How's that cage going for you?
Right.
Anyway,
it's such an assertion of human power to stand there and be like, "You're over there,
boy.
I'm over here."
This is almost too much animal flesh for me to eat. I'm just going to throw the rest of this in a trash can.
Where it's going to take decades to rot because it's wrapped in plastic.
We have so much animal flesh that I don't even have to finish all of it right now.
But you know what, Rhino? No one's going to eat you. No one's going to eat you.
And you're not going to eat anyone either.
Right. Fucking herbivore over here.
Yeah, it would be a good way to mock all of the zoo animals.
Well, what I'm advocating for is
mocking.
Part of it.
Yeah.
A more adult experience at the zoo.
I'm advocating. I think it's time for these cocky zoo animals to learn their place.
Okay.
Like these zoo animals, they come in.
Yeah.
You know, they have all these people constantly, "Oh, look at the little tiger. The tiger wants to eat some food. Oh, is the tiger going to have a baby?" Ooh, you know, trying to get, catering to the animals all the time.
Sure.
They think they're on top of the food chain.
No,
we have them in a cage. We're in charge. They need to know that.
That's right. They do. Well, and then, I want to here's what I want to do. I want to take the zoo a little bit back into the early 60s.
Okay.
There's a steak tent. There's a martini tent. You can smoke with reckless abandon.
So you want Mad Men soup.
I do. I want an orangutan that smokes Cuban cigars.
Oh, actually, I do want that.
Wouldn't you like to see that?
That would be pretty impressive.
How many goddamn apes as a species have we got addicted to smoking? A few. More than one.
And the thing is, it's bad.
Yeah, but it's
also very funny.
It's so funny.
And, I mean, what better way to assert our dominance in the food chain?
Yes, once again.
than to go, look, we can just casually get you addicted to nicotine. Da, 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 da.
You have the IQ of like a 3-year-old, but here's a carton of Marlboros. Have a good time.
I like the power games there.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Like,
yeah.
Just remember who's on top.
It would be perfect if you could make sure that they can smell the food.
Right, cooking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like have the big cats.
Yeah.
Where there's just like smell holes.
Yeah. We need to get some of that shit that Burger King has.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if the last time you've driven by a Burger King.
Oh, it always smells like the best grill ever.
And it's not.
No.
But it smells incredible.
Yeah.
We need some of that stuff.
I like that. I like that.
We need to get the big cats are just really fucking bloodthirsty all the time.
They're just constantly attacking the glass, and you're just, oh, look, your kitty wants a steak. That's cute. That's cute. Very cute. This is all a very fun idea until it gets out and murders all the people.
Correct.
And then we remember, right, we're on top of the food chain because of guns.
That's right.
Guns were helpful.
That is the thing that separates. You know what? It's not opposable thumbs.
No.
It is, by extension, a prefrontal cortex.
Yeah.
It is that. But that prefrontal cortex came up with the ultimate murder device.
Yeah, we came up with guns.
Yeah. We can kill you. Mm-hmm. You don't even know we're there.
Yeah.
We can do it from a far distance.
Yeah, it's loud and quick. Yeah. And that's the end.
And you're over.
Man, PETA would love this episode.
This is a really, really thoughtful episode about animals.
I would like to know more PETA people.
I don't know any that I'm aware of.
That's my point.
Okay.
Because I feel like they'd be a fun group to mess with.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, not a fun group at all.
Oh, no. But you know how, like, in every group of friends, it's nice to have, like, that one punching bag friend?
Oh, of course.
It would be great to have a PETA friend that you could just always make fun of.
At various times in life, I've been the punching bag friend.
But you've never been the PETA punching bag friend.
No, never. No.
I mean, because even they're not. It's not even their fault.
No,
it's their organization that comes out going, "Hey." The latest one was during the World Series. They said that the bullpen where pitchers are kept,
right,
should no longer be called the bullpen.
Oh God!
Hold on, I have to find what their proposal was.
I mean, listen, I'm all for the ethical treatment of animals. I am. I used to be a vegetarian. I'm not anymore.
Arm barn. They want to change the bullpen to the arm barn.
See, that's where they went a bridge too far. Because I don't think we should change the name from bullpen. It's a great name.
I'm pretty sure bulls were not offended.
The bull has no fucking idea what's going on. Bullpen makes sense. It's a metaphor. It's not even a metaphor. It's an analogy.
Yeah.
Right? Am I wrong? It's something.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes sense. Arm barn sounds fucking ridiculous.
I guarantee you that if you took a bull to a baseball game and explained that was the bullpen, not only would they not be offended by the fact that it was called the bullpen, but they would be thrilled that they were out at a baseball game instead of being murdered.
It's too soon, but that's almost the
I
sushi
know.
jackknife. That was good. That was good. That was really good. I wanted to share something with you, by the way.
Arm
Arm. That's really dumb, actually, man. That's really dumb.
I don't know. I think I'm giving up on people as a whole.
Well, you probably should. Philly Steve reached out.
Oh, Philistine!
Philly Steve, he said, did you see that there's some sushi restaurant owners in Madison, Wisconsin, who are opening a restaurant called, wait for it, Jackknife. A sushi restaurant called Jackknife. Mm-hmm. And they spelled Jackknife wrong. 2 Ks. It's 2 Ks. We looked it up many times. Because it's kind of dumb that it's 2 Ks, but it is 2 Ks.
In Madison, you say?
Yeah, here, I got the article here. New restaurant Jackknife, Jacknife, coming from owners of Red Sushi.
All right. Well, let's... I'm first off going to declare that Jack Yip and Tanya Zikarevic
Oh, yeah, you found it.
are my new enemies.
Okay. It's going to have high-tech conveniences, Nathan, like online ordering and an automated kiosk with interactive
Get out of here.
displays.
That is not high-tech convenience. That's just expected at this point. Hey, Jack and Tanya,
Yeah.
maybe get an original idea. You stole the name of your restaurant. You're stealing your modern conveniences from every other restaurant.
McDonald's has that.
Yeah. Congratulations. You're on par with Hardee's now. Ooh.
I tell you what, though, if they want to give us a lifelong all-we-can-eat subscription to the restaurant,
No. You're going to go eat Madison, Wisconsin sushi?
you make a good point, actually.
Do you know how far away from any...
Like sea,
Yeah.
body of water.
Oh, man.
Also, it's a fucking long way from here, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all very
and
bad.
I don't really fly so much.
They're going to serve homemade dumplings. I do like dumplings.
Who doesn't like a good dumpling?
Sushi rolls and bowls.
Okay.
Oh. They're going to have bowls?
You know what the biggest lie is, by the way? Poke bowls.
What? Why is that?
A poke bowl is like a deconstructed sushi roll.
Okay.
However, a sushi roll, to me, this is an opinion, is much more palatable than if you just put it all in a bowl. It's because it's all combined.
Yeah.
I don't get to pick
I'll be honest, I've never had one.
a poke bowl.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's fine. Mm-hmm. It's like deconstructed sushi.
Yeah.
I'd rather have sushi.
Did Jack and Tanya not Google how you spell things?
I don't think they did. And also, apparently, they didn't think a top-rate independent podcast would have anything to say on the matter.
We have many things to say. Your bowls are garbage.
Your bowls are garbage. Fuck your bowls.
Yeah. Spell your name right.
Yeah.
Also, get a different name.
Yeah.
Also,
Copyright us.
I'm sorry, you think it's great that you can order online?
And or with a touch screen. Mm-hmm. Go fuck yourself.
I have a Grubhub app that orders food from restaurants that don't exist. They only exist on Grubhub.
Oh, yeah, I have heard of that. That's really weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
It's like someone's fucking kitchen. You know it is,
Yeah.
man. You know it is.
Yeah, I don't need you to come up with this crazy idea where people can get on the interweb.
Well, listen, times are behind in Madison, okay?
That's true.
Madison just emerged from the dark ages.
I heard they just got Ally McBeal.
God damn it, that's almost another sushi jackknife. Fuck. But we're not there yet.
I've driven through Madison before.
I haven't been to Wisconsin.
It's not that. I've driven through Madison.
I've never been to Wisconsin. I just had to think about that. Yeah.
Wisconsin has a great deal of cheese.
I've heard, which is no good for me anymore.
No.
Can't do it. Lactose intolerant. Really bad lactose intolerant, actually. Something changed.
Yeah, you in Wisconsin would not get along.
No, we don't mix. I need that vegan cheese.
You could go to Madison, I guess, and eat their sushi.
I guess.
That's the only food option you have available.
I kind of just want to go there and be like, guys, we've had a podcast for the last 6 years.
Yeah. You probably didn't find it because you were Googling an incorrect spelling of the word. Jack and Tanya.
Trust me.
Can I call you Jack and Tanya? I don't care.
Yeah, I'm calling you that anyway. How the fuck do you say your last name, by the way?
What is that last name, by the way?
It looks, I'm going to guess Eastern European or something.
Well, that was my guess, which means that it's a sushi restaurant started by Jack Yip, who...
just doesn't sound credible to me.
No, and Tanya...
What the fuck?
It looks like a last name of a hockey player. So that's how I
true.
know that it's probably
true.
Eastern European.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right about that.
It makes me very hesitant here to eat any of that food. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
Yeah. Well, I think we've done our part for public service.
I'm trying to find a picture of Jack Yip, and
what are you getting?
Because Jack Yip might, like, if Jack Yip is of Asian descent, I feel more comfortable with it.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
You're right.
This is not a picture of Jack Yip. However, this is when I put in their names in Google, the picture that popped up.
Wow, what a photograph.
This would be Nikolay Krikanov.
What the fuck?
Who is the
most handsome?
The smuggest mulleted Eastern European I've ever seen.
He looks like he walked straight out of 1985.
Oh, you don't want my sushi.
Oh, speaking of Russians, man, sort of. So I was at the Y yesterday with the kid. The kid's doing swim lessons, right? Mm-hmm. And there's this Russian guy.
Okay.
Pretty sure Russian.
Okay.
Got a couple of kids. He's not speaking to them in English. This guy's very, like, sort of European looking.
Okay.
The only thing I could come up with was Russian. It didn't sound like German.
What about Ukrainian?
Could be Ukrainian.
Okay.
Hard to say. Listen, I'm no expert on that region. Okay. But, Russian. Let's jump to conclusions here.
Okay.
He was a Russian guy.
All right.
He was large.
I mean, Russia's bigger than all the others.
Thank you.
It's a good guess.
Right. Depending on what era we're talking about, too, here, like, come on, Ukraine was once part of Russia.
That's true.
Anyway.
And now it's slowly becoming part of Russia again.
I know, it's sad.
Anyway.
So this guy he had a vague Putin thing going on. Younger than Putin.
Did he have a shirt on?
For a while.
Okay.
Then he took it off because he had to get in the pool with his kid.
Okay.
But you know what I observed?
What?
Really? At the end of the day, we're all the same. Mm-hmm. This was a dad with 2 kids. Stressed to the fucking max.
Yeah.
Because he's at a pool. And he got there early. And they have to wait around until the class starts.
Okay.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
But I only got the one kid.
I thought you were going to say that you knew that everyone's alike because he also was having explosive diarrhea from his Wisconsin cheese.
I was like, hey, dude, lactose intolerant? You too?
Hey,
wait, did they get that in Russia? I'm check. Whatever. Did they get that in Russia?
Same thing.
To which he said, yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to try befriend him?
I don't think so, because I don't think I'm going back there.
Why?
Well, I think we're done with the swim lessons.
Well, you got to find another one.
And listen, this was the Green Hills Y.
Oh.
And so I don't really belong there, man.
No.
Green Hills is yuppie?
Yeah.
Is that a good word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's That's pretty accurate.
That's where the Whole Foods is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That should be all you need to know.
That's where the Whole Foods and the Trader Joe's are very close
to each other.
Yeah.
And the Y that's nice.
Yeah.
It's you know what sucks? Money makes a big difference.
Yeah, it really does.
It does.
I could go for more of that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's you drive around Nashville. I mean, I'm sure any city, but I feel like it's more obvious in Nashville for some reason because it's just so different.
Segmented.
Yeah. Like East Nashville specifically.
Yeah.
You drive through and you're like, wow, I can't afford any house in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because you look on Zillow and they're all priced at $1 million. And then 3 blocks away are the projects.
Right. That's East Nashville.
Yeah. And it's just surrounded by these people who have way too much money.
Yeah. It's really weird. East Nashville is maybe the most stratified part of town because you really do. It's still considered the hip, artistic part of town. But you really do have people who have $1 million homes.
Yeah.
Right down the street from people who are living in government assisted housing. It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
And I mean, it's not like it's a high crime area or anything.
No, it's a nice, part of town.
So I'm sure that's always a thing that the people who move over there are like, well, how is the crime?
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. They're people.
Yeah,
they're not.
Did I tell you in our neighborhood, man? Because our neighborhood used to be really blue collar.
It's not.
And it's changed. It's not. I mean, there are still a contingent of us who I would say are pretty...
I got the blue collar on my street.
Yeah, you got blue collar in your street. My street is quickly becoming super white collar.
Your street's no collar. Your street's like collars are what the man wants us to wear.
It's true, dude.
My parents gave me money for college, so I don't have to pay student loans. Anyway.
I can afford this $450,000 house. So... Our part of town is that. Where was I leading to? God bless, man. My mind is not with me this evening.
We were talking about East Nashville. We were talking about projects. We were talking about crime. We were talking about your neighborhood.
Yeah. Our neighborhood.
Any of that ring a bell?
Nope. I got nothing.
Collars. Some people have collars. Some people don't have collars.
Collars?
Dogs wear collars.
People wear collars?
Yeah.
Now I want to be your dog?
Yeah. That's it.
Nope. Whatever it was, it's
anyway. So you and the Russian,
me and the Russian guy, I had such a degree of sympathy because I thought, here's this guy. He looks like a James Bond villain. He's got the physique and everything. He's built. He's a fit fella, right? But you know what? That little 2-year-old kid he had with him, and his little 7-year-old. His 7-year-old was a fucking idiot. He wouldn't quit fucking with shit.
Yeah.
And the 2-year-old.
That's what they do.
Yeah, but the 2-year-old's a 2-year-old. But this guy couldn't keep up with 2 of them. He couldn't make it happen. To the point where one of the lifeguards came over because the 2-year-old had been getting shit out of buckets and just strowing shit everywhere. They have these weights for the water and stuff. And she's like, I just want to make sure that he's going to put all that back. You're going to put that back.
No.
And he's like, yeah.
See, that's when you pretend you don't know English.
Right.
That would be the benefit of having a thick accent.
It would be.
Not so good. English, okay. Not so good.
He basically just said okay.
Yeah.
Which is universal. If you've noticed, okay is for everyone.
Did he pick him up though?
I don't think he did.
Yeah. That's my man right there.
Yeah.
Give the dismissive okay and move on.
Yeah, I don't. He sort of waved her away.
Okay.
He was looking at his phone and he was like, "Yeah, just okay." And she's like, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah.
Fuck, it's not worth. I'm working at the goddamn Y.
She is getting paid $8 to $9 an hour
to stand
for
over
something.
Yeah.
I think she can pick those weights. Earn that $8 to $9 an hour. You might be able to eat today. Go.
Yay.
I'm sure that's not her full-time job.
I think she was a high school student, to be fair.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
High school students don't need to pay for anything.
I hope not. No.
Never.
Yeah, so Green Hills. Fuck Green Hills, man.
Yeah, it's Green Hills is it's one of those places where if you go in a store without a sweater on,
They hand you one?
you don't feel right.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like, I own sweaters. I wear sweaters, but I don't have a sweater on today, and so I'm not feeling comfortable in this place.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is there. That's how it is.
I don't know. There's a lot of neighborhoods like that where I don't feel like I could fit in.
When we were in Jackson Hole, Wyoming on our trip, it felt like that.
You couldn't fit in Jackson Hole?
I fit in. I fit in just fine. You know why? I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I had a shower. I had a bed. I was lit. I was sleeping near other, like, backpacking 20-year-olds.
Oh, see, that's perfect.
It was great. Who gives a shit at that point, right? So it was great because I had a shower in a few days. Man, that first shower, after you haven't had one, you've been on the road.
Yeah.
Man, you've
wash off the crusty.
Yeah. Things came off of me that I was unprepared for. You know when you take a shower and you're like, what the fuck was that? You see it go down the drain.
Have I been storing that this whole time?
Yeah, I mean, that's not a normal shower. If you haven't had a shower in a couple of days, and you're getting that shower, and things are running off your body that are visible, wow, that's a good feeling.
And then you're looking at the water to see if it was clear coming out because it's not anymore.
Yeah. And then I looked at myself in the mirror after I got it. I thought, you know what? Still working class. Still blue collar.
Still blue collar.
Sushi Jack.